Hello, everybody. Welcome to Real Life with the Raymond. I'm Bro Raymond, and this is Lady Raymond, and
And
we
we
are
are
the
the
Raymonds.
Raymonds.
We
So
was, we was right on time, babe.
we're
We was
getting
right.
it.
We
We're
getting
getting
it. We
better.
getting
We are getting better.
it. Okay.
So today we are going to be talking about blended families, how to successfully have a blended family. What was our greatest uh,
Struggle.
trials in bringing our families together?
Right.
Me and Devin have 7 children together,
Right.
7 grown
Grown.
children. Thank God now,
Grown adults.
grown adults. Kind of when we got together, the children weren't very small children, but they were teenage
Right.
children. And a lot of things that we see that are complicated in blended families is I think the biggest issue is the children, because the children have been accustomed to a certain lifestyle with their parents being
Right.
together. Um, and it's complicated to bring them together. So I really think it's kind of complicated at a certain age group, because I think if you come together as a blended family when the children are small,
It's
like
easier for them to
zero,
be adapt to the
yep, 0 to 5 to 9, I would say 0 to 9, six,
right.
like small children. It's easy for the children kind of adapt to a blended family, but when they get 10 and they get all the way up to 18, that's a very difficult.
It is. It's
Um,
a lot of work. A lot of work you got to do to get them to start accepting each other.
Right.
You know.
And then what do you do when the children are fighting? They teenagers. Everybody got something smart to say. And I honestly kind of believe like Steve Harvey do. Once they get 18, it's not that you don't want all of the children to get along, but after that point, you grown. You can do whatever you want to do, because we
Right.
might not particularly like your boyfriend
Yeah.
or your
That's right.
girlfriend per se.
Right.
So let's talk about that a little bit. Our struggle as kind of coming together as a blended family.
Well, I feel like the only struggle, the struggle that I really have, or I see out there, is like, like my older daughter, she have a problem with the rest of the kids because she feel like I do more for them than I do for the older kids, from my kids,
Huh?
right? My older daughter,
Yeah.
she feel like I do more for our kids or other kids than I do for them. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that's how it go. I feel like we invite all of them in, and whoever take the invitation is whoever, you know what I'm saying. Whoever take the invitation, they all welcome to come and join in with us. But if they're not gonna join in with us, then they just go their own way if they want to. If that's what they do,
I think we had, out of the 7 that we have, I think 5 of them were mostly on board.
right?
Like, I don't think we had a lot of issues. Like, my 4 particularly were, they didn't really, if they did talk, they talked amongst themselves more than anything.
Right.
Of course, children gonna be protective over their parents or whatever the case may be, but you just have to kind of try to show love to all of
To
the
all of them,
children.
the
So
same.
we call it a CNC rule. So what we do for one child, we try to do for another. So, and we try not to let the kids pin us against each other.
Right.
Like, that's very important in any relationship, whether it be a blended family or just a family that has children involved, is that the parents have to stay solid.
Right.
And I don't know who done got this together yet. I know our bishop tell us um, we shouldn't argue in front of the kids, but that's important too. Actually, you should try to just have your conversations, especially if it's a difference in opinion about what we feel about the children, that we
Right.
should take it behind closed
Right.
doors and talk to the children that way.
Right. Or try to bring them together, but if you can't, then you just got to talk to them one at a time.
One at a time.
You know what I'm
So,
saying?
so what do you feel about the kids calling the step parent or the parent mom or dad?
I feel like that's their choice.
Yeah.
I don't feel like you should force the kids into calling you mom or calling me dad or either way. I feel like if you feel like we treat you like our daughter or our kids, then you call us what we want, what you want to call us. You know what I'm saying? So I don't feel like if one of them called me Devin, I used to feel like if they when they called me Devin, I used to feel like how you gonna call me Devin and I'm your dad? You know what I'm saying? But the thing is like you didn't raise him from the ground up. So
Yeah,
you
the
know,
young. It seemed like the younger children were more receptive to
right?
the mom and the dad.
I think so.
I think the younger children, when they came together, they had no respect of person. They treated each other like sisters. Even the older children, like I know on our side, my older two, they were all right. I mean, they did pretty good. What
Yeah,
you
I think
think?
they did good.
So what about the blended families to where? Because I know that some families have blended families under control. Like they do everything together. Like
Right.
they have the blended family to where it's the new couple, and then you have the blended family where it's the other couple. She got somebody else, but they have put their differences aside and come together for birthday parties, graduations, getting settles, or whatever the case may be.
I think that's the best way to be.
Hmm.
But it's hard for you to get. It's hard for you to. You can't control people and what they do. You see what I'm saying? Like some people gonna be, they gonna be on it, or they ain't gonna be on it for real. So like, I wish we had it where we have everybody is on board because it would make life so much easier.
So, do you think like when families can't come together like that, it still be some lingering feelings coming in?
I feel like that.
I feel
I definitely
okay.
feel that way. You know what I'm saying? Because like every now and then you'll catch them throw something out there. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll say something that's off the wall, something you that's unexpected. Because like the other side don't treat them no different from the other side. You know what I'm saying? One side don't treat them different from the other side, but because of the way they feel inside, you know what I'm saying, they want to throw the blame game on
So,
you.
is it the adults that's messing up the blended? I think if adults can come together and be mature, then the blended family situation could be a lot
Could be a
easier
lot
to come
easier,
together.
right?
I feel like um, if now some people just don't want to be bothered with it. Period. Like, okay, it's over. I don't want no parts in that. You do your party, I do my party.
Right,
But honestly, I feel like if people put their feelings to the side and put the children
and work
first,
together.
I feel like the blended family situation could work. You know, a lot of people would object to that and be like, okay, Will Smith and Jada Pinkett. Like, if you think about it, I really still feel like that child, that older child, still felt some kind of way, but they tried to bring the families
Right.
together. The ex-wife and the two children that they had together. I feel
Mhm.
like that's a good way to deal with children that you have outside of a relationship.
And if I feel like if the parents work together, you know what I'm saying, if they like get along real good, you know what I'm saying, like if they both be adults, if
Yeah,
all of them be
mature.
adult, mature,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, they can make it work.
I think so.
Once you got one parent over here telling the kids something and that parent telling the kids something, then they wanna argue back and forth and stuff like that. And
So, what
there
do
ain't
you
no
do
need
when
for
the
that.
children are arguing? Like, how do you deal with that when the children are arguing back and forth between each other, and you got teenage kids, and they wanna throw boxing matches blows?
So then you put them in a corner and let them go ahead and throw boxes, matches. Look,
Now, y'all think we should
I
put the
feel like,
kids in the
look,
corner?
I
No,
feel like y'all should just let them go ahead and do what they do,
they'll never get a. No, you playing?
huh?
You for real?
I feel like just let them do it. No, I feel like
Don't say
I
that,
feel
cause
like you should talk to them though. You know what I'm
uh,
saying? Try to get a little bit of peace between them because there's no need for no fight. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? It makes it difficult for either side to deal with. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna feel like um, one person is taking up for their kid and the other person taking up for their kids, and that can cause a split between
The parents.
the parents.
You ever felt like I was taking up for my kids?
Oh, no, I felt like you was taking up for your kids at some time, but I mean,
And how did you deal with that?
uh, um, sure, wow. So, I feel, you know, I think, well, most of your kids was already grown. You know what I'm
What say?
saying?
No, they wasn't.
Well, they
No,
were pretty much grown though.
no, they wasn't
They
not
was, they was like,
grown.
okay,
What you feel
they were grown up,
No, they
like they
were.
were over 16.
No, they were not. They were teenagers. They were
Okay,
not even
okay,
grown yet.
they were older teenagers,
Right.
right? So they kind of like accept me anyway.
I think it was
I
because
think they all accepted me.
I kind of taught them to give a person a chance before you throw them under the bus.
Right.
So when I was defending them, what was I defending them about?
Cause you would think I'm saying something wrong.
Like what?
Like when I be telling I can't even remember exactly what happened, but I feel like, and it really ain't defending, but like with the girls, they got into a little bit of
That they did,
they got a little
y'all.
bit of tiff between each other and whatever, and you know, it was like, I think you felt like I was.
Yeah, because I
I
think
think you felt like I was defending.
that you was coming for the kids.
Yeah,
Yeah, buddy.
and I didn't, for real though. I didn't really feel like I was coming for them. I just feel like this is what I felt like. I felt like at the time, I'm like, we can just talk to them. I said, well,
Look at
the other
Brother Raymond acting like he just had that thing all smoothed out
no,
in the beginning.
I felt like, the kids them was the oldest ones. They could have sit down and talk. You know what I'm saying? The problem with me was they put it out online. The
That's
stuff
something.
that they were putting online, you know what I'm saying? You don't put your family problems online. If you got a problem with somebody in the family, whether it's a blended family or whatever, your regular family,
Keep your stuff
you know what I'm
inside.
saying?
But I feel like Lex kind of said it's a natural instinct to kind of feel like you're trying to protect the kids away from like we kind like I think as a woman I even did that with their natural father. Like if I felt like he was too harsh or something,
Right.
I would be like, well, dang, you gonna get like ease up a little bit. So I think I agree with Lexi that it's a natural instinct for a woman to try to protect her children from everybody, but we have to be careful not to actually do that because we kind of, maybe overstepping some boundaries when dad says no and mom say, well, go ahead, don't tell your daddy I said, go ahead. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like,
Because that's gonna
yep,
cause an argument.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? My thing is like, if mom said no, then to me it's no.
right.
So what I normally do is, instead of them asking me first, I tell them go ask her first, and then if she says it's okay, then it's okay.
Look at that pressure.
I mean,
I'm,
that ain't
I'm
no
a,
pressure though,
it is pressure
because
because I send them back to you.
that just stopped the whole situation right there. Because if you send them back to me and I tell them no, then that mean that
It's no.
we ain't gonna have no argument.
It's no already.
It's no already,
I feel that.
because you know what I'm saying. You already tell them no, so you come back to me. She said no, that means it's no. You know what I'm
Absolutely
saying?
no.
Don't come to me asking me nothing if she tell you no.
I feel
Period.
that. I feel
So
that.
to save the problem and the mix up, then to me I told them, look, you ask her first, and when you ask her, if she say yes and you come to me, no, I won't always say yes, but if she say yes, I'm gonna sit down and talk with her and make sure she did say yes, and then we'll discuss it, and then it be okay. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes there's always gonna be things where I might not feel right about, and you might not feel right about. But after we talk about it, then you know what I'm saying, we might come to an agreement to say, well, we can meet in the middle on this decision.
And I think honestly, it's the perspective on how you see family too, because I heard Ricky Smiley say, you can't choose who you're biologically connected to as a
Right.
family, but you can choose the family around you, because family, if family gonna treat you like family, family don't always have to be blood
Right.
relatives.
Right.
So when you look at blending families, you should look at it like, okay, I might not have birthed you, but this is the family unit that we have right now.
Right.
I'm the mother, he's the father, you guys are the young adult children, children, babies, or whatever the case may be. And this is our family.
Right.
And I feel like as long as love supersedes everything else in a family, love and forgiveness, we coming back around to love and forgiveness. Like not holding, I mean, we shouldn't do it anyways, but especially being examples before our children and before everybody, like just trying not to hold things on the inside, letting it go, because kids, honestly, once they be and said something, even the grown ones, I
Right.
don't even know that they really know that they said it at the end of the day.
Right.
I'm not sure that they even thinking about any of that. So to me, it's important to just show the love to the children and let them know, regardless of who your mom is, and regardless of who, because you have situations where mom is no longer around or mom or dad have passed away,
Right.
and this is the only mother or father figure that you have, and you have a lot of kids that are appreciative of for even having that father figure or having
Mm-hmm.
that mother figure
Right.
to show them, or because a lot of people are without that,
Right.
you
Right.
know. So I think that it's good to have a blended family, regardless of how the family comes together, regardless of what color the family is, because they say it's 16% of children are blended families, but I think that's an old one. I think it's probably up to 40% now, because families are splitting.
They splitting real fast.
But
It's
we got to bring the family unit back. We have got to bring the love back into our homes. We have got to sit our children and our family members down at the round table and just have a table discussion. And
right.
what I would do with my kids when they were arguing, or I mean just kids, the kids in all together, I would bring them to the round table.
That's what I like about. You know what? That was the first thing. When I saw you do that at first, I was like, when these kids start arguing, you
Right.
can't get them to the round table now. But when you did it the first time, I was like, man, that's pretty slick right there.
And they would be upset still. They might even walked away at times from the
Right.
round table, but bringing them to the round table was giving them an opportunity, one, to be heard, to let the next child know exactly what it is that they did to them, and then as the adults maybe trying to come up with a solution and teach them how to proceed
Right.
forward, you know. So we were unable to get the older ones to come to the round table once they started feuding between each other over nothing. um, but I think after they get 18, to be all the way honest with you, my real opinion in a matter is, after you get 18, it's
It,
not
that-
that I don't care about your feelings, because I actually do. We can sit down as two women, because that's what you think you are at this particular
right. You
moment.
feel like you're
You
grown.
grown, so we're gonna sit down like two adults. We're gonna come to the table. We're gonna hash it out. Either we can hash it out or we can't.
Right.
Because at this particular point, you're grown, and one day you're gonna come into a family, and if you don't get it straight, you're gonna find yourself in the same circumstance, and
That
then later on,
you're gonna think about it and be like, you know what,
yep,
mom was right or dad
yep,
was right.
through life teachings,
Right.
you understood that she was gonna stand her ground, because it's only one head honcho woman in the household, and that's me,
Right.
and one head honcho man in the household, and that's Devin. So whenever you get to a point of feeling like you want to take my role, or you feel like we on the same page, or whatever the case may be, then it's time for you to find your way where you at.
Right.
But in all honesty, if you've done everything that you can, even despite if the child is having some feelings, young adult, child, or whatever, and you've done all you can, and you've apologized, and you trying to figure out what's going on with the child, and they still tripping on some issues from childhood,
You just gotta let it go. Let them deal with it.
then that's
There's-
a deeper issue.
right. They need to go get themselves some
And
help.
they need some counseling.
Right.
But I think that having a successful blended family is honestly keeping the love between
That's what I think
as
too.
parents and keeping the love between you and the children.
Yeah,
Um, and I think that love supersedes it all.
it does.
I think that
It
love
does.
supersedes
Yeah.
all of it.
So
So I think that's a
that's
good.
a, that's a good that's a good way to see things right now.
Yeah.
So,
So anything else?
no, you know, I meant to say something about like Angel. Like Angel is like
Angel.
my sister.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Angel is my sister, right? And she might not be blood, but like that's my real sister. Like
Oh yeah. Cause y'all do have that situation where y'all didn't come from the same
right,
parents and y'all.
and we grew up together, and we still sisters. We, you know what I'm saying? I can call her if something happened to me. She gonna be right there. If something happened to her, I'm gonna be right there. And my wife is the same way. Like that's her sister. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
That's my sister.
So,
I mean, and I love her too. Like she treats me just like I'm her sister.
so that's just like choosing the people who your family. You know what I'm saying? Your family that's gonna be there for you. Sometime she treat me better than
Yep.
real family. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So I mean, it's just how you do it. Like
And that's because she has genuine love.
right,
I feel like the love that she displays
right,
is real. So if you just not tolerating, like I don't feel like she tolerating me. You know what I'm trying to
right.
say? I genuinely feel like she accept me, even if me and Devin ain't get,
Yeah,
even if me and Devin is having a dispute. I'd be like, sis. She'd be like, sis. I'd be like, girl, no, 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 no. And then
oh
she'll call
man,
Devin, and she'll say, Devin, you better leave my sister
and that's
alone.
it. That's it.
Like for
She
real.
always
Like so she doesn't judge. And I think that's great and that is important. Like she does not judge.
no,
So I think family is family. Love is important. We keep
right,
we keep saying that.
definitely.
And I feel like we covered
If I feel like if you're in a blended family and you have kids and they're not getting along, you need to sit them down,
try at least.
at least sit them down and try to talk to them. If you can't talk to them and get them to where they're supposed to be, then for me, it's like you gotta let them do what they do.
And I think for us, we call it the CNC. Not that we won't ever do anything for you else
Right.
after the CNC, but you get a car and a couch. Now, some of the kids already done bought their own vehicle, so they done missed the couch and the car.
Yeah.
So that might make that child feel some kind of way, but honestly, the kids get a car and a couch. And at that particular
That's it.
point, you got to find your own way around. And honestly, before we got started here, guys, me and Devin was on here dancing because we hadn't went live yet or tape recordings, but we was thinking about our kids are grown. Oh my God. Like I don't know if I'm like excited that the
Free
kids
at
is
last.
grown.
Free at
Oh my
last.
goodness. Like so we don't really have to like we have to deal with the blended family situation, but only on holidays.
Right.
Or like the kids come sparingly through there. But we was on here like, you know what?
We
We
was rocking for real. We
rocking
was
like
dancing.
there's nobody to babysit.
Look.
I don't care if you like Devin or not. I don't care if you like me or not.
Right.
Once the kids get grown for real after the blended family situation, everybody gonna settle
Look.
down the older they get.
You can fix your own.
But we are like at our golden place in life.
You got that right.
Raising the kids, getting them grown, they do pretty good. But the ones that mess it up, hey, we just kind of look at each other and be
Be
like,
like, look,
shoot,
hey,
okay, they gonna work that out.
you
So
got that right. They'll figure it out sooner or later.
yeah, so it was a joy. Honestly, for me to have a blended family, because I love the kids anyways. All of y'all know I love the kids, so that's just not even an issue. So you get extra turns as a
Hmm.
kid. But I am actually so glad that the kids are grown that I don't know what to do.
You know what to do?
Oh, We know what to do.
Do what you do.
Do
Just do what you do. Don't worry about them kids.
right,
Them
don't worry
kids
about it
grown
no
now.
more. But
Look,
yeah, so not
that's one thing though. I always thought that um, once the kids get grown, we wouldn't be worrying about them no more. But
yeah.
it seems like with the day and time that we live in, we worry about them more than what it would be
When they was little,
when they were little.
right? Because when they was little, we had them like all
You know what
nested
I'm
and
saying?
covered.
But
Yeah,
now they out on the street, and there's so much things going on the street
you're right.
to where we really worry about them when they not there. You know what I'm saying?
We do.
Even when our daughter ain't home, it's like, where's she
Right.
at?
We
You
up
know what I'm
to 12
saying?
o'clock waiting on the garage
Waiting on
door
the
to,
garage door to
to
open up. I'm
yeah,
like, man, that's crazy. I
yeah.
can't believe that. And I'd be like, you talk to Johnson and Jayla or anybody. You talk to Chris. You talk to Mitch. You know what I'm saying? I'd be asking you like, have you seen anybody? Like,
Right. It
but
is.
you
It
know,
is hard though, but it's a blessing, honestly, to have a family.
right,
It's a blessing to be a part of a family, and it's more difficult when you have a blended family and you're breaking because all of the parents, mothers, children,
right,
cousins, everybody has come together. So, if you have a blended family and you're having a problem with your kids or whatever, and it's funny, so this just kind of lets me know that this is what we supposed to be doing because
right.
it was a guy in a beauty supply store and he just started talking about his wife and the kid and the 14-year-old daughter and she done lied on him and she breaking the family up and I'm like, it's 9 o'clock in the morning. I got a hair appointment or something. I was on my way to, and I was thinking to myself like, and I just turned around to him and I said, you know what? I said, don't give up on your family. I said, we gonna pray for your family. But I thought to myself, like them teenagers will cause a
They will.
conflict,
They
won't
will.
they?
They will.
So I was just happy to just know that even though this is just our fourth episode,
Right.
that we are walking in our purpose, and that is being together, dealing with relationships, dealing with families, dealing with love and spirituality.
Dealing with real life struggles.
Yep. So I think
Real
that's all
lives.
we have pretty much today, huh?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's it.
So please tune in to our YouTube page. I know we've been a little bit busy these past couple of
Right.
weeks or whatever, but please tune in, hit the bell, subscribe. We are on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, Facebook. We still ain't got that Instagram together, but we gonna get it together.
Yep.
So thanks for tuning in with us, and
Thanks everybody.
we will see you next time. We are
The rain.
headed on a family trip.
Oh,
Don't
that
you think?
yeah.
Yeah.
We heading on
A family
a
vacation.
family vacation next week.
So tune in
So
with
if y'all
us.
would like to go, or if y'all like to go with us on the camera, then y'all can let us know.
Thanks for joining us, and we talk to you soon. Over here, honey. Bye.